First, the headlines. Don't even dream of disintegrating Manipur. Don't inject poison in the minds of Hill people, says Chief Minister N. Biren. Rupees 5,000 each distributed to 6,276 beneficiaries under Chief Minister's COVID-19 affected livelihood support scheme. Senior BJP leader from Tamil Nadu, La Ganeshan, appointed as 17th Governor of Manipur. Hello and good evening. You're watching the MAMITv English News Bulletin. I'm ALBINA RIAMEI. Chief Minister N. Biren has categorically stated not to even dream of disintegrating Manipur and stops injecting poison in the minds of the Hill people and advised whosoever concerned to do politics based on humanity. He also appealed to the people not to vote for any person who does not work for the welfare of the people. He said this while attending a function organized for distributing financial assistance to the beneficiaries of COVID-19 affected livelihood support scheme at the Chief Minister's Secretariat today. The Chief Minister further said the BJP-led government has been relentlessly trying hard during the past 4.5 years to bring an equal development in both hills and valley. However, some particular politicians who amass properties in the heart of Imphal Valley and Delhi are trying to belittle the efforts of the government by playing divide and rule policy while leaving roads in their own assembly constituency in a pathetic condition on which even the bullock carts cannot pass, Biren said, adding that people should be cautious from such people. Chief Minister Biren said in order to bring equally developed society, the centre and the state governments have launched various schemes such as Go to Hills Mission, CMHT Prime Minister's Har Ghar Jal Mission, etc. Political leaders who brings in scheme to keep people's mind healthy and comfortable are called real politicians, he said. It's time one gave up the thought of handing out some money and arranging fees to the electorate at the time of election after siphoning off people's rightful benefits for 5 or 6 terms. Some political leaders are deliberately delaying the potential development in roads, bridges and infrastructure within a few years in the small state. Chief Minister Biren appealed to the people of the hills to elect only those who will work for them.
Imphal Sidayda, Mayum Makai, Loin Laini, Lam Laini, Delhi, Mayum Laini, Masama Sulai, Tamalaga, Pura, Tangani, Magi, and Radu, the Lambido, Chikawada, and Otoraga, Hungary Boxapia, the Lambitame. Sahitan Taruktarela Karaklaba MLA, Magi, and Radu, Sangari Boxapia, the Lambit Hamakanda, Magi property in Imphal, Kai Mogi property over Delhi, the Kai Mogi property over there. Brother, I must check the kind of a Peter. Leaders single leader yawda khara aduga yamna afaga sarga ngangba politicians sarga ngangba madugumba mayam dunne be singam ritamani ge mar division chaw le remise ngasi kari wat gembe hoji MOBC aina paide ba minority and OBC other backward class ki department ji da sing the 2000 crore ki matlab to invest aure 2000 crore ki matlab sisino magi TL hills aduga gi Tangur Nami Lupam of Hadram Pote, record Sakini. She was it Hadar with 2,000 crore, she infrastructure, then skep change in November, December to work on them. Jikshu work on it? Matang Sangara Lapre. Sumaina Sahi Mangadan to Wibuda. Karigi Sins of Holo doing over. Karigi Sins of Holo doing over. Karigi rural areas of Holo doing over. Satung video Punamaku Picao, the Hapsan Lakanda, Board Maya, the Chain Kara, Chana, Kara, Inzanga, Pikara, Pasaka, Yelga Praza, Lady Kane, we walk on door, Matu Tadokuma Tamio. Machi Hegler near women who talk to Piero. Who's it, lady? Who's it, lady? We must say. Masiki mental, I don't like it in me in Lausing that. Maro and I appealed on him, said, leader of Helena Canbiro. Praza, I have talked about. Prasa ki cheng yeli dong asi cheng the cheng free the kyam phang honorable prime minister na piri ba cheng free se cheng the kyam karam karam MLA ki jaga da kyam free phang ge kayam pu ge ba kayam yo ge ba madu yo hai bai nei ngon sauri se madu yo han bai nei.
Chief Minister Anby Rain today distributed financial assistance to the beneficiaries of Chief Minister's COVID-19 affected livelihood support scheme for daily wage earners as the first phase at Chief Minister's Secretariat. Chief Minister Biren said in the first phase, 5,000 rupees each has been distributed to 6,276 beneficiaries out of 7,943 verified. The scheme will cover 22,336 beneficiaries, which includes street vendors, drivers and artists. Biren said following a decision by the cabinet, a fund of 1,56,000 rupees was sanctioned. He expressed hope that the scheme will provide relief to the daily wage earners during the COVID lockdown and curfew.
Anyone with reasoning, kari tauninge se, kari tauninge, kari taugudabuno haibado, aigi sida aigi officer lactor so Manipur State Cooperative Bank. Manipur State Cooperative Bank asigi kaino da lady se Gandhi Avenue gi da Assembly Road da lady se masidai da sapio masida sala kanda ai akoi gi social welfare gi officer ma ai masida attest tor ka thamge adugi bank gi staff ma tor kanda anyone koi laire na lebe yaroi koi senthok lebe nu khodibat sing gi oigera tam gi oigera anybody senthok lebe mu oigeda bune koi phattaba karbar tawro derni drug karbar khuda ka thado kadabne koi drugs karbar toba singse khudak ta thado piyo aduga hujiki bank sida satpiraga madugi reasonable oiba posting tawr kan koi guarantor yaudana thabak taseng tawgada busing oiraga de koi pesa pigani aduna ekoi punna thaminasi punna higminasi.
Cabinet ministers, MLAs, DCs and officials of departments concerned attended the distribution program. President of India, Ram Nath Kovind, has appointed senior BJP leader from Tamil Nadu, La Ganeshan, as a new governor of Manipur. He will be 17th governor of Manipur. The post of the governor had fallen vacant after the retirement of Nachma Heptula on August 20th. She was sworn in as the governor of Manipur in August 2016. Ganeshan, who was previously a Rajya Sabha member, has served BJP in several capacities. A communique from Rashtrapati Bhavan said Ganeshan will be the new governor of Manipur with effect from the date he assumes charge of his office. Meanwhile, Heptula demitted office on August 10, and on the same day, the charge was given to Sikkim Governor Ganga Prasad. Interestingly, Ganeshan had also replaced Heptula as Rajya Sabha MP from Madhya Pradesh. Before being appointed as the General Secretary of Tamil Nadu BJP unit, he was a pracharak in RSS. The development comes more than a week after Sikkim Governor Ganga Prasad Chaurasia took additional charge as Governor of Manipur due to Heptula's absence, citing health concerns. Manipur Pradesh Congress Committee observed the 4th death anniversary of former Chief Minister of Manipur and long-time member of both Lok Sabha and Rajya Sabha, Rishan Kaising, today at Congress Bhavan in Imphal. Before the main event at Congress Bhavan, a team led by President of MPCC and Loken and former Chief Minister of Manipur, Okram Ibobi, paid tribute to the graveyard of Rishan Kaising at Mantri Pukri. Speaking on the occasion, Congress leader Ibobi remembered Rishan Kaising as a great leader of the state. He was also among the first members of parliament in independent India. He always stood for integrity of the state. Ibobi lamented that Kaising was not allowed to be cremated in his birthplace under the pressure of some individuals who were against his ideology. We must all remember his love for the state.
COVID-19 pandemic Koi kuna makulam din ng tap pinamba parti asigi ye na koi niyo iba sama na het na yung kay kawo yaro ba sapna ya ba leader kasi Sige legislative sahi marirap suba hai se ai di masi dum wakhan nani kamde dum lai ko da din wa ko yo dar sam lai hille sahi marila sahi koi lai hire ha do di dum anjar ko sahi param hire da at the most sahi ambaga khalude adu sahi mari param me
President of MPCC and Loken said the party will discuss developmental aspects by remembering Kai Shing's work. He also assured to work to get a majority win by the party in the upcoming Manipur State Assembly election 2022. The State Executive Committee of the State Disaster Management Authority has extended the night curfew for 15 days from August 23 to September in the state. The night curfew will begin from 6 p.m. to 5 a.m. According to an order by Chief Secretary of Manipur, Rajesh Kumar, shops selling construction materials, hardware, electrical items, cement, stationery, etc. located outside Pauna Bazaar and Thangal Bazaar are allowed to open from 7 a.m. to 2 p.m. on alternate days. However, shopping malls will remain closed. All vehicle workshops may open from 9 a.m. to 3 p.m. on all days by taking adequate precaution and strictly following COVID-appropriate behavior. Local vegetable vendors can be open from 7 a.m. to 2 p.m. on all days. The vegetable vendors must maintain at least 6 feet distance from one another on spaces marked by district administration and should wear masks all the time. Local grocery shops may open from 7 a.m. to 2 p.m. and shops selling fish, poultry and poultry products will be open from 8 a.m. to 2 p.m. Shops selling milk and fresh milk products may be open from 6 a.m. to 9 a.m. The order further states that physical attendance of Group A officers, Secretariat departments and Manipur government officers and officers of the Government of India and remaining 50% of the staff to resume work from August 23 by taking adequate precaution and strictly following COVID-appropriate behavior. Staffs of IPR, Power, Fire Service, PHED, CAF and PD Health, Forest, Environment and Climate Change, Treasury and Police Department have been ordered to function normally. DC Thoubal and All Thoubal District United Clubs Organization at Duko held a meeting to intensify the COVID-19 vaccination in Thoubal District. President of Aduko, Rajan Loitham, Secretary Sanathoy, and members of the organization attended the meeting held at the conference hall of DC Thoubal. During the meeting, they were of the opinion that vaccination is the only way to prevent the pandemic. They also agreed that many are still reluctant to get the vaccine because of the false rumors surrounding the vaccination. As such, they took the decision to find out the reason with the lowest vaccination to intensify the process. Silver medalist of Tokyo Olympic Games, Saiko Mirabai Chanu, has been appointed as a brand ambassador of Northeastern Reorganizing Cultural Association, Neroka FC Imphal. This was informed in a press note released by Neroka FC Imphal. Nehru Yuva Kendra Sangathan Chandel, LKK Chandel, AVBD Chandel Branch, Dampi Baptist Church Chandel and Wisecraft Chandel jointly organized a one-day voluntary blood donation awareness campaign at Bumpy Baptist Church in Chandel. The campaign was organized under the guidance of State Blood Cell National Health Mission Manipur. District Youth Officer of NYK Chandel, NG Ramsan Monsang, pastor of Dampi Baptist Church Chandel, SK Ankham, President of Lamkang Students Union, Sankil, Shetlandngam, Dampi Village Chief Isaac Shilshi and State Monitoring Consultant NHM Manipur, AK Karnabir, also took part in the awareness campaign. Secretary of Association for Voluntary Blood Donor Manipur Thoubal Branch, Nabakumar TC, was the resource person of the awareness program. Around 50 people of polling number 35/4 under Khangabok Assembly constituency joined BJP under social worker and state executive member of BJP Manipur Pradesh, Khundrakpam Manjor Mangang. The newly joined members were felicitated at Wangbal Part 2 of the constituency. Vice President of BJP Khangabok Mandal Dr. K.H. Roman Kumar Singh and Secretary General of the Mandal Ningthaujam Ramananda Singh also attended the event. Speaking at the event, Manjor urged the support of the people to nominate an MLA for the party from the constituency in the upcoming general election. Chandal Bay's Wise Scrap Society celebrated its third Foundation Day yesterday at the Conference Hall of DC Chandal District. As a part of the celebration, prizes were also distributed to the winners of district-level video contest and poem recitation. DC of Chandal District M. Rajkumar and Commandant of 18 Assam Rifles, Colonel Ajay Khatri, also took part in the event. The Kuki Students Organization, KSO Moray Block and the KSO Thengnopal District fully endorses the proposed 24-hour total shutdown called by All Tribal Student Union Manipur ATSUM in all the hill districts of the state from August 22 midnight against the state government for not tabling the Manipur Hill Areas Autonomous District Council Bill 2021 recommended by the Hill Areas Committee HAC in the ongoing assembly session. They further added that the bill proposed was not only in the interest of tribals but also the whole state, since it is meant to develop the hill areas under the provision of Article 371C of the Indian Constitution. Now we have a short commercial break. Stay tuned for more updates.
Gausia College of Engineering, Karnataka gi 2021-22 gi oina admission hausari. Karnataka government as sakhang bagaloinina AICTE amadi UGC New Delhi nasu sakhang loba college asi Visvesvaraya Technological University Belagavi de affiliate toba college ni. Akuba marol gi damag Imphal gi Y Academy da contact tobiu natraga mobile number 8730925131 natraga 8904616171 da contact tobiu.
LX Sublimation. Pauna Bazaar Imphal, JMG Shopping Complex, first floor. Mafam asida mag-printing, cover printing, t-shirt, keychain, photo frame, sublimation ki pot khuding mag wholesale da pangbigani. Items available are mug printing, cover printing, t-shirt, keychain, photo frame. All the mentioned items will be available at wholesale rate in LX Sublimation.
Welcome back after the break. India's COVID chart continued to show improvement, with the country recording 30,948 cases, a drop of 10.18% from yesterday. About 403 deaths were recorded during the period according to the Health Ministry. The daily positivity rate remains less than 3% for the last 27 days and is presently at 1.95%. Active cases constitute 1.09% of total cases, the lowest since March 2020, while the national COVID-19 recovery rate stands 97.57%, the Union Health Ministry said. So far, India's COVID-19 vaccination coverage has reached 58 crore with 44 lakh vaccine doses administered. Meanwhile, Zydus Cadila, whose COVID vaccine, Zycov-D, for adults and children aged 12 years and above got approval on Friday, said it hopes to produce 1 crore doses per month by October. The company said it will produce 3 to 5 crore doses by December to January, adding that it will not be able to meet the government's commitment of 5 crore doses from August to December. President Ramnath Kovind, Prime Minister Narendra Modi and Vice President M. Venkaiah Naidu condole the demise of former Uttar Pradesh Chief Minister Kalyan Singh. Senior BJP leader and former Rajasthan's Governor Kalyan Singh passed away on August 21 at the age of 89 after a prolonged illness. President Ramnath Kovind condoled the death of Kalyan Singh and took to Twitter to express his grief. Prime Minister Modi also condoled and said he was rooted in Indian values. Vice President of India M. Venkaiah Naidu also expressed his condolences and called him exemplary leader in his tweet. Meanwhile, Defence Minister Rajnath Singh expressed his grief and called it a great loss to Indian politics in his tweet. An Afghan parliamentarian who was evacuated from Kabul broke down after landing at Ghaziabad's Hindon Air Force Base early today. A visibly anguished MP Narendra Singh Khalsa had to frequently wipe away his tears as he talked to reporters and told that everything is now finished. When a reporter asked him about how he feels after being forced to leave his country, he said that everything that was built in the last 20 years is now finished and it's zero now. The Sikh parliamentarian was among the 168 evacuees on board IF-C-17 Globemaster aircraft that took off from Kabul airport earlier today. Khalsa also said the Taliban is troubling MPs, senators and others by conducting searches in their homes and seizing guns and vehicles. Earlier, he had put out a video thanking Prime Minister Narendra Modi and the Indian government for rescuing people from Afghanistan, which was taken over by the Taliban a week ago. Before we end the bulletin, let's look at the top news headlines once again. Don't even dream of disintegrating Manipur. Don't inject poison in the minds of Hill people, says Chief Minister N. Biren. Rupees 5,000 each distributed to 6,276 beneficiaries under Chief Minister's COVID-19 affected livelihood support scheme. Senior BJP leader from Tamil Nadu, La Ganeshan, appointed as 17th Governor of Manipur. With that, we have come to an end of this evening news bulletin. Thank you for joining us. Have a good time.